What are you doing with your nails?
Getting ready for business. Getting ready to dig
Alright.
deep into the issues at hand.
Which issues with those? Alright. The L word. This season. Let's cut to the L word this season.
Okay. So moving on from the L word, what are lesbians nowadays gonna have to look to? What are our role models gonna be?
Who do we got? We got Ellen and Portia.
But how often does Ellen ever talk about her sexuality on the show? However, she doesn't talk about lesbian bed death, in her monologue. She just doesn't do it.
No.
She's a successful lesbian, but I wouldn't call her a role model for gays necessarily.
Then who do we have?
That's just it. Who do we have now?
Well, we're gonna have Alice in prison, and we're gonna have probably a handful of shitty
But what kind of
movies.
message is that going to be sending, though? That lesbians are criminals? Maybe.
Or that criminals are lesbian. Criminals are forced lesbians. I don't know. People aren't going to identify with it, I don't think. But it's going to be a way for us to still see women on TV. I don't think I mean, every year they come out with new sitcoms, new reality shows, new whatever, and every year it seems to just be the L word that has anything to do with lesbians, and the odd, like, Tila, Tequila, and shit like that, but it's just not a part of the normal discourse in media. It's still not there in 2009, like, I don't know.
So why is that, do you think? Has society just not gotten to the point of accepting it? Are people still uncomfortable with it?
No.
What is it?
I think people are still afraid to push the envelope as artists. I mean, they say now 1 in 5 people are gay, which I think is a faulty stat anyway. I think it's probably more like 1 in 2, or, everybody's bi, Freud might say. But I think of all the gay artists out there, they have to pump out this heterosexist bullshit because they have to pay their rent. Lesbians don't sell unless lesbians are
extremely good looking.
Yeah.
Like on the L word. Like, I don't think we're ever going to see a show that, features a backwater butch, you know what I mean? Like, society's not there yet.
And let's be honest, like, there's a lot of backwater butches. Like, I think they need some representation, but that's not what straight women or straight men find attractive, so I don't think that we'll see that. I don't think we'll see a real portrait of lesbian, and then that itself is problematic because when we're talking about a portrait of a type of person, I think, the only thing we have in common with other lesbians is who we sleep with, the fact that the genders are the same. I think individuals themselves can't be represented in this sort of bubble.
I agree with that, but I think...
Well, what do you think? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that we're going to find a certain type of lesbian that we can sell to children. And I don't think that should be our intent, I think.
No, that's right. But I think that, I think maybe the L word just kind of showcased one lesbian subculture, which would be like the LA glam scene, which is basically just the LA glam scene. I don't think that even properly portrays lesbians outside of Los Angeles, really. And, for backwater butches, I mean, that's just another kind of subculture, kind of like the indie pop lesbians and the Tegan and Sarahs of the world and the people that like to shave their heads and that kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, there's just subcultures, and if the LA lesbians are the most popular, then what's next now that their time is ended?
Well, apparently jailhouse lesbians are next. But I think that's, regression. I don't think that's transcendence. I think the stereotype of women in prison being gay has been there for millennia, and that's not interesting or, gonna help out younger women who think that they could be gay. But I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, and I don't know that we're gonna see much gay TV. I heard Queer as Folk might make a comeback for a season, but I'm not too sure about that.
But even that, too, that's just really focusing on one particular group, you know what I mean? It's like one group of guys that all like to go to the same bar every weekend and go dancing, you know what I mean? Like,
why don't they do a reality show? Why don't they fucking do a reality show where they follow a subculture in a small Canadian town? CBC should totally eat that up. They should bring their cameras here and they should follow around a bunch of lesbians for a reality show. You want real examples to show your children? This is what being gay in the Maritimes is like. Enjoy. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I think that would be a big hit. I think people would tune in. Because it would show that there, even within every subculture, there's an eclectic mix of people.
Definitely. Just like
all
any other
the same.
kind of subculture in society. It's just a big old mix. Big old mix of people.
A freak for all. I don't know, what are we going to talk about? Find something to talk about.
Find something to talk about. Let's pull it out of my ass.